Hey Lego builders, here the Cactus. This video will be a bit different. Well, I think I say the same in each video. But today it's the first video speaking about a mock of a steampunk build. I told you that I have one more Sonic mock, but I really wanted to start making videos about my mocks of a non-specific game, series or topic. But before, I'll tell you about the steampunk in case you don't know this style. According to me, steampunk is basically an art style and a futuristic retro aesthetic that focuses on the Victorian era after or during the Industrial Revolution. Originally, it was a literary subgenre. This style is not so popular but has lots of conceptual art, illustrations, books, and music. There aren't so many popular examples, but some movies like Wild Wild West, Treasure Planet, and The Whole Moving Castle retake some of this style. Steampunk of Giraffe is the most popular steampunk music group, at least for me. I don't know examples of books, but I think that Julio Verne is a bit famous in this subgenre, I think. And one of the most representative vehicles of the steampunk are the airplanes. And for that I decided to build not only one, but two airplanes. These mocks are really old, but I decided to upgrade it. Let's start with this plane, which has a classic look, but with a steampunk style. As you see, it has 4 propellers. Why? I don't know. I think that the central and the 2 medium ones are to fly and the smaller ones to go down or something. The steampunk is characterized as having weird, unnecessary, and impossible things, so it was a good idea to add it. Also, I added these shooters because all my steampunk builds are inspired by a history that I'm writing, and in my world there's a war. So for that I add these shooters on each side. On the wings, add these levers, these steering wheel pieces, and these pieces connected to add more details. At the top I added 2 more shooters and these pipes for more detail, and there's a Wonder Woman printed piece. I thought that will give a extra looking. Also added these pieces just to make it look better. In the body of the airplane I added car exhaust pieces for the motor, and yeah, there's a space for 2 people. One controls the plane and the other the shooters. For that the controllers are different. I added these grill pieces for more details too. The tail was difficult to build, but basically I just used triangular pieces to make the form and put this tail wing piece. I don't know the name. And at the bottom, just add these pieces connected to these technique pieces to add more details and texture. I only had small white wheels for planes, but I think don't look so bad. These are the minifigures that I customized to this mock. He's Ezra. He's very calm and avoids trouble at all cost, always doing what is right and necessary for justice. He also dreams that one day he will travel to space. She's Cassidy. She's very anxious, despairs easily, and is always full of fear. But she loves to fly in an airplane and always takes precautionary measures. Also, the only one who can fly with her is Ezra. Although he's too calm and she always gets sprayed. For bot I use parts from Star Wars minifigures, and for Ezra this cowboy hat that I don't know where came from, maybe from the Build a minifigure of Lego stores. And now let's see the other airplane. This is simpler but more complex at the same time. I like that when I finish it, it looked like a big crossbow. There's this propeller. I like the idea of using this barrel piece to unite the propeller with the plane. This plane is only for one person. For that I used the golden bucket handle to make the controls for the plane and added these gray pieces to control the shooters. Here in the back of the pilot I add more machinery details with these Technic pieces and exhaust and more pieces. Also I added 2 golden flags. Why not? For the tail I use a different technique. I just use pieces to make it. I use jumpers to connect it. At the bottom I use a similar technique that the other plane, using these Technic pieces to add details and small ways, yeah, white too. I love the wings, because it can be folded. I put these pieces to make the shooters a bit bigger and better than the other one, and some pieces to add details. I think it looks cool, but I don't think that this thing could fly in real life. I attached these cool 2 pieces for more detail, connected to the motor, where I used these 2 pieces for the motor and these pieces to connect the tubes. And this is the custom minifigure that I made. I think it looks so good. I used the new Steampunk minifigure Derzo, these printed legs, and this head of the blue Batman of Mighty Micros. I just found that head and thought it was a good idea to use for something steampunk. I don't have a name for him, but I use a Batman head, so maybe it could be, I don't know, Bruno. So it's finally time for some cool shots. Thank you very much. I hope that you liked it so much like me. It will help me so much by sharing this video. The Steampunk is so underrated and need more visibility. Let's see how this video works. Thank you very much. See you next time. and always remember to smile.